like a whole week
It
rain.
came down.
Oh, okay.
It came down.
I don't know who's holding the one in VI. It
But
needs
please, maybe you should drop it.
pour. I think it's also because I have an expectation. I just keep looking forward to it.
No.
And maybe that's also something for me when I have my heart in something. I tend to always like have an expectation, and then I want to take my heart of it, but it's
So that's
rain.
to
like,
rain.
I'm not asking for too much.
I
Can
was
it
telling
pour?
somebody this morning that
It's
I'm
cloudy with a
I've
chance.
seen the cloud and whatnot. And maybe
Yeah.
it's going to rain in VI today. And the person said,
The last 7 days,
yeah.
don't worry, we're coming. Don't worry, we're coming. Come already. Like I hate it. I hate waiting for lovers. I hate waiting for rain.
Why not?
Don't keep me waiting. Poor. All right, if it's raining in your what area is that?
That's Mowe Redemption Camp.
You guys are
area.
enjoying out there, man. You guys are really enjoying. Just letting you know, I'm a little envious of you. It's wet outside,
It is.
and I love it because of the chill in the air. Just the moist.
Yeah.
It's
The smell.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Well, the smell in VI, I can't tell anything.
I don't know about that one,
Rains
but
or
like
don't
the smell there.
But I
it's good.
love it. I love what water does with air. It's just it's beautiful.
And trees.
It's subtle. It's sensual. It's really beautiful.
It's
All right,
relaxing.
until we find it, at least there's work, and then there's peace.
Is there?
Good question. Is there? Thursday this week, we begin our conversation on Might is Right, and I think I woke up 6 a.m. this morning and I couldn't shut my mind down because I kept thinking about all the ways I wanted to approach the conversation and how many series we're going to have on it, and all the people deserving of slaughtering by words. Just not. It sounds vengeful, but no, I have decided that. It's not a decision, and it's a decision that's not arbitrary. It's more a clarity of judgment that says if there is a cause, is there a cause or do we create cause, or was a cause created? Don't worry, I'll explain by Thursday. Oh, by the way, you can just read on causes. You can read on the psychology of cause. I think the philosophers say that there are 4 types of causes. Just read about cause. We'll simplify this conversation on Thursday. We'll go at it, and the mighty will have the day. The book is Might is Right by Redbeard. You should read it. It's insane. It's just a godless book. But yeah, so are you. 35 minutes past 12 on the sunny side. So this is where you leave me confused. Joyce, what music did you just play? I don't even know which one you're referring to. So let's see.
Minefields, Callum Scott.
Okay, good. Minefield, John Legend. Yeah, good.
And Callum Scott, You're the Reason.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure which one you're referring
Tony
to.
Braxton.
Yeah, Tony Braxton, and there was a guitar piece.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one you're referring to. That's by the guitar is by Masin. So I'm not sure which one exactly. So hopefully Google helps you out. You can figure out the one you're really referring to. Okay, so today on the show, Open Thought, our first hour, I want to find out why Nigerians use money, Naira, to buy new notes. So, no, I'm serious. I think that there's something to it. I don't know what it is, but on Open Thoughts, can we figure out why Nigerians use money? So I think 2 days ago, someone tagged me to a post. By the way, thanks to everybody who's been tagging me to stuff. Some require immediate reaction, others not so much. I think they just suggest that some of these conversations are very good. Let me see. I got one this morning, or 3 actually. Oh, 3 this morning. Joyce, Lords of Logic, on point. It's a theology student who, I guess she was first Jewish and became atheist. And so the video, she was given reasons as to how she moved from being a Jew or Christian to being atheist. She gave a reason. And so the person who tagged me to it said that, well, this is a conversation worthy of the Lords of Logic. Okay, so I like that. Someone else tagged me something political. There was a young guy on Twitter. Well, he put his story on Twitter. He lost his son. He accuses the hospital of negligence, and people on the thread were at him because of a post he made, I think, a few years ago in support of this administration. And it's a sad one, and it forces contemplation. Like, I don't want to do politics today, please. Hold on. Okay, so thanks to everybody who's tagging me, by the way. And I think what you need to know is that someone put out a post. He sounded rather enraged, really, that he was required to pay he wanted 200,000 naira new notes, and he was required to pay 180,000 naira extra. So that's 380,000 naira for 200,000 naira.
Not bad.
Well, so I don't know.
No, I don't think it's that bad.
There's a black market currency in Nigeria. The question is why. There has to be a reason for it. So I don't know. What's your observation?
I think that we created that problem. I think
Of
that
course.
Nigerians, we are the ones that created that problem, because where there is a need, someone will feel it. And now where there is when that need becomes very dire, people tend to just take advantage of it and take it by the throat and whatnot. So that's what they are doing here. So it's like, oh, I want to get 5,000 naira, or let's just say 10,000 naira new notes into 200 naira. I want to spray it just to make a statement.
So
you would put extra. So it's not like POS again now. Now I'm paying POS charges first off. Then I'm paying extra charges because I'm collecting mints.
Okay. So the psychological import of that is that you want to make an appearance at a wedding.
I want to make an appearance, yes.
And I'm charging you for that.
Exactly.
So if you want, say, 20,000 naira to spray something, that's what.
20,000 naira,
of
yes,
mints,
of
then
mint
I
money.
can say,
so
well,
you ask me what denomination I'm going to collect. Is it 500? Do I want
or
it in
200?
200? Do I want it in 1,000? What do I want?
And
when
then I
tell
would say to you, well, you're going to have to give me 10,000 naira extra. So for 20,000, you're giving me 30,000 naira.
Oh, yeah. So I give you 30,000, including charges and whatnot.
Isn't that a problem? Okay, so Lagos, well, it's open thoughts. We kind of always try to make some sense of the social cultural issues here. We'll talk about that. Our second hour. So, well, the reason for the pause is because I figured that I'm about to once again encounter social constructs, cultural interpretations, and whatnot. But behold, I am here today, and we will together encounter it and attempt to make sense of it. Is there a benefit to late marriage? So hold on, don't rush. We have to define what late marriage is, and then figure out whether there is any benefit to late marriage. That's our second conversation. Okay, now to that, I think there may be a temptation to view it rather narrowly. So think about early marriage and whatever the benefits are, and then think about early marriage and what the downsides are, or what you may have heard, seen, or experienced to be the downsides of being married early. And then you think about marriage at a later time. Think about the advantages or maybe the disadvantages. So that almost forces you to kind of broaden every possible factor that could play a role in this singular conversation that we're about to have today. I had an earlier conversation, but I don't think we're going to have time for that on the show. Time's never enough, but we make the best of it. We're about what? It's 14 minutes past 12, so it means 20 more minutes before we touch down on the top of the hour. Between now and then, our conversation kicks off on Open Thoughts Tuesday. As you can tell, she's here. She appears to be ready for work. Her name's Kemi. Our phone numbers real quick, honey.
Okay, so for males, it's 0201 2770993. That's the male 9. 0201 2770993. For females, 0201 465 7190 0201 465 7190, and the studio WhatsApp number 0809 597 5805 0809 597 5805.
All right, we're going to quickly go from the break. Welcome, Lagos, to Open Thought Tuesday, this very beautiful Tuesday afternoon.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
And we are live streaming on YouTube. I know you know where I hope you know where to find it. Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. All right. Okay, good. The sunny side, Nigeria Info FM on YouTube, and I'd love for you to leave me your commentary. So I think that we pretty much understand because we see it, but the question is, why do we do it? And also, I think we have now maybe created a new culture where we need to be seen, and maybe that's really what's driving this thing of using money to buy money. And those who are selling money have made either career out of it. I don't even know whether it even goes deeper from money being sold on the streets to maybe the banks. Maybe there are a few bankers selling the currency to the guys who sell it to you at the spots where you want. So what is with the new notes? I think so. There are aspects. What's this thing with new currency? Yeah.
You mean mints?
Yeah. Mints, like new, untouched money.
I mean, it's untouched. It's new. It's fresh. It's mint. It's crisp. You want
Yeah, but the value is the same. Lagos, okay, so, but the value is the same, right?
Yeah, nobody's going to be spraying somebody dirty money until wedding.
Yeah, so, but why are you spraying? Why can't you just make a bank
because
transfer?
they've made it a tradition.
Yeah, but can we interrogate the tradition? Is this
and
now?
So now that people are noticing that some people are even diabolical with using money to touch
People
your head.
are diabolical?
We're using really just
okay.
we're using money to like touch your head, touch your hand, touch just weird places. So people don't want that anymore. They just put like a basket, so you can spray it in the basket, or you can spray it like somewhere around the couple.
So
and
Lagos,
just spray on the couple.
This conversation has already grown tentacles. Wait a second. So there are people who go diabolical with it. Okay, so I have an injection to this topic. By my observation, there's something insulting about putting money on someone. By my observation, there's something particularly insulting. I know that it doesn't appear, or the intent is not for it to be insulting.
Yeah.
But there's something insulting.
You think it's insulting?
No, it's okay. I mean, we're here.
Yeah.
Brethren, the reason we're gathered here today is to figure out all these social constructs. And look, it's Open Thought Tuesday, and these are things that we see in society. So what, in your view, is the reason why we're using money to buy money? This diabolical one, can someone explain it? Is it that your village people come from the village and come to your wedding?
You haven't seen videos?
I've
Online?
Yeah, I've seen it, but I don't. Well, I'm glad that this is a conversation because I've never really
It's a
thought
thing.
about it.
Even with money, gifts. Have you not heard that when you're, I don't know if maybe an elderly person have told you, when they're doing weddings, the gifts, don't take them straight to your house. You have to put them somewhere
I've never
and
heard that.
let them do prayers. It's true, because most causes of maybe delayed pregnancy and whatnot, your village people, those gifts, you will see a clock that has been ticking. TikTok is inside your room, is doing you, but you don't know that it's the clock that is doing you. Or is it the kettle that Yalagbaja gave to you? You forgot it and put it in your kitchen.
This
You
is
just
wild.
unwrap the. I'm serious, so you
Welcome.
forget, like, I'm joking, but like it's a thing. It's a legit thing. Nobody carries gifts. I don't know if there are people that still do it, but I'm sure that most Nigerians will be able to confirm that when you're doing weddings, you don't just carry the gift straight to your house.
Do people even give people at weddings these days? Do they still do
So
that?
the new set of people, like my friends that just got married, what they do is some people bring the gifts to the wedding venue, but they'll tell you to RSVP, and while you're RSVPing, there's a spot for gifts, so you can see the gifts that we want as a couple, and then you can contribute towards
wait
it.
a second.
Yeah, that's what we do now. Nobody has that time. Like,
Wait.
there's a whole ass website.
Where you tell me what you want.
I
for
tell
your
you what I
wedding.
want for my wedding. Literally, I tell you I want an electric kettle. I tell you there's the sofa. Here's the link. I tell you the account number to put cash in. It can be my account number. It can be my husband's account number. But I basically just tell you everything on the website. You RSVP there. You know where the venue is. You know whether you're getting to.
Oh, wait. This sounds like a tale. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Wow.
Joyce, good afternoon, ma.
Thank you very much for being here. Welcome to the sunny side. Turn up the volume of your radio
Good
set.
afternoon.
My radio is off, madam. My name is Robert.
All right, Rob.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Joyce, do you respect you and widespread mint? They call it mint, not to. I'm hearing it from your mouth for the first time. It's called mint. It's different from the Tokubo ones that you will gather in your pocket. If you go to a party or maybe an occasion, and you spray those Tokubo, those should I call it wretched ones? They will not
It's the same
accord
difference.
respect to you, that Joyce. You know our mentality here.
Yeah, but
When you bring those meat from your pocket and they are flying, they will fly. You first of all throw them up. They will fly down. Everybody will be looking at you, even though because they are not of higher value. Let's say 200, but they are meat. If you spray 200 meat and you spray 500 naira rough note or kumbo, they will give you respect. to the one that's paid 200 than the one that is paid 500. That's our mentality here. Then my question is, if you go to the bank...
Okay. Go ahead. Because I wanted to ask you about the mentality.
Yes, if you go to the bank, Joyce, to request for mint, honestly, you cannot get it except you have a very strong connection in the bank. But these people that market it outside, I don't know where they get it from. Maybe the bankers will give it to them, go and market it, and they will get commission from it. You understand? So we Africa, let me say Nigeria, we have this mentality of show off. We like to show off. Maybe they recognize me, say, now me they do the I'm spraying.
Okay, what kind of is that an inferiority complex? Is that a complex? An inferior one?
Of course, it's an inferiority complex now. When you spray mint, people will look you high. But when you spray the lower one, nobody will give you. They will look at you as if it's like when you are dropping naira. I've watched a video where somebody was spraying naira and another one was spraying dollar. The person that was spraying dollar was just throwing the naira apart. It's like the naira ones are a disgrace to the dollar that he was spraying, something like that.
Thank you.
So that's the way we found ourselves there. Thank you.
Okay. So is it possible that Nigerians are not capable of changing culture? Yeah. So I mean, you can evaluate something and realize, well, there's something wrong about the culture is this. So imagine you know what? So this person agrees it's an inferiority complex. Okay, good. Let's get back to the conversation. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Hello, Joy.
Afternoon. Hey, welcome, lady. How are you?
Okay, this is Shadi from Egypt.
Welcome.
Okay, based on the discussion, all I know is that people love to spend mint at parties because it gives them prestige when they are spending that money. Especially my people from the East. Some of them at parties or weddings like that, you see them flipping it, and some even would do in bunches to the couple.
Yeah.
Which radiates that they are wealthy, they are capable, they are well-to-do. That's one angle. The other angle that I want to take up is the one your co-host also spoke about. For my own wedding, the wedding gifts at the venue, the priest blessed those gifts, and we kept them somewhere. And like the third day before we now moved them into our house. Then I've heard of tales of or woes of other people who, during that wedding celebration, some people will give gifts like that. One was a knife was there inside the gifts that they gave them. Another one is a clock that was causing evil luck for the couple until they discovered those things and removed them from their house before things could move well for them. It's not everybody that are happy for you, especially at weddings. Some are there because they want to have it out with you. They want to actually harm you. And they will also put either handkerchief and say they are helping you to clean your face. Immediately they do that, the diabolical aspect comes in. Your husband will be seeing the animal face or horrible face on your face. And that can actually destroy your wedding. There is even a sketch I saw recently. The lady actually meant well, and it's because she meant well, she doesn't want her friend to be hurt. That was why she was preventing her from actually tying the knot with wrong guys. But you won't believe that this friend said because of that, her friend now wants to get married while she's not married. And she just used an handkerchief to clean her face. And the husband said, no, I cannot marry this woman again. She started seeing horrible face of an old woman on this woman. That at the venue of the wedding, that was where this one happened.
Wow.
So some people can be very diabolical. We can't rule that out.
Okay. Let me ask you, this whole thing of spraying money, do you find it insulting in any way? Or do you just think...
I don't like it. Because if they have gone diabolical, it's wala for you. After that wedding, you'll be entering one problem to another. So the best is just that this way that they said, don't drop the money on the floor. Let them put a bowl. Let them just drop it there without touching your body with it. Then you'll be safe.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate. Thank you.
Thank God.
telephone lines. The sunny side. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Good afternoon.
Finally.
Glad you're here.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Adetayo from Ikoyi.
Okay. Good to have you join the conversation, Taya.
Well, this issue has now happened for quite a long decade now, and I think is the mentality, the way we worship money in this part of the world. The new note is being more appreciated when you are in a party, you are spraying new notes. They feel you are wealthy, you are a big man and all sorts. But if you are spending the already used notes, most of people will not look at you. But I believe it's a wrong attitude of it's a wrong because it's almost a culture now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So I think people should change that mentality, especially even spraying at parties. There are other ways of appreciating the celebrant. You can send money to the account. If it's gifts, you can send it to the person. But spraying at the party, I don't even like the idea in the first place. So I think it's something that needs to be curbed.
Okay. All right. Do you think it's an inferiority complex? You think it's a complex problem?
Yes, madam.
An inferiority
complex.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate it. Thank you. How have we as a people... Now, this is not supposed to suggest that we're concluding that this is an inferiority complex. There could be something else there. I have also this observation that when you put money on someone, there's something insulting about that. It's just my observation. So you have to think about it and tell me whether you think you agree or you disagree. Just that whole thing of, do you
mean throwing or putting? Which one?
Money on the skin is insulting.
Oh.
I find there's something off about it. I just find it,
I think there's something egoistic about it when you just want to.
Okay, so you are thinking that there's something egotistical about the way good. So we're really highlighting all the underlying concerns here. We're going to quickly go off on a break. We'll be right back. It's Nigeria Info.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
2024 was a very interesting year. I had finally saved enough to buy my home on the island. My dream of becoming a landlord in Lagos was about to come to pass. Then, I got a call.
Hello, Dad. I just got admission to study in UK.
Now, this might sound like great news, but in that moment, it was a very big dilemma. Do I fulfill my lifelong dream of owning a home in Lagos or send my son to school abroad and remain a tenant? Well, when I saw the affordable homes by Horizon Estates, I no longer had to choose. I could afford both. I am very grateful to Horizon Estates because I didn't just get a dream home. I sent my son to his dream school too. Don't choose between dreams. Have it all with affordable homes in Horizon Estates.
Own a studio, 1, 2, 3 or 4 bed apartment opposite Lekki Phase 1 starting from 29.99 million naira outright payment when you buy 3 units. Terms and conditions apply. For more details, call 0700 123 9002 or visit hzelekki.com or visit our office at Third Roundabout Axis, Lekki Phase 1.
Hi, e dey tasty, creamy and nourishing. E get vitamins A, D, E, B1, B9, B12 and zinc. Na original Naija yogurt. I beg you, make una throw away salute for fine yogurt. Beg you, go Jollimento with the new fine yogurt drinking yogurt.
Fine yogurt, original Naija yogurt.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3 hash. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lashon Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, 2 more minutes before top of the hour. Some messages to read here. Someone is saying that he doesn't think it's an insulting thing for people to spray money on people. But then again, it may be also because that we're more driven by the singular objective to make money on the wedding day. So I want to hear the public speak on what they think about my assumption that it's very insulting to put money on people. Yeah. So maybe now you are contending or you're contesting the fact that your objective is money and someone thinks that the way that money is coming to you is very insulting. I honestly think it's very insulting. But then again, the motive is not to insult you. So it seems as though the moment we eradicate motive, then the objective becomes it takes up the spotlight. But I really think it's insulting. So you tell me what you think about it. I have a minute before the commercial break. No. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hello, welcome. How are you?
Hello.
Thank you for calling. 1 minute. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
My name is Ahikwe.
Okay, welcome. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, it is an old, long history. And that even when the Ashebi is being given, first to within the family and outside, those who cannot afford it, exchange it with money. And they will not pay exactly what the person needs as regard to the uniform. So you can sell what she or he has. So as money to appreciate the event. Then as regard to spreading, I think governments are giving law that they should not spray money and be matching it on the ground. They have a bag now. They put the money inside the bag, so nobody know how much you gave. But the closer person to the
okay, hold on a
bride
second. You may have to call me back because I'm actually due for a break, okay? Thank you. Lagos will be right back. It's time now for the news.
Without choice, there's no loyalty.
We remain loyal to bringing you the details and stories around the world.
The boys in that environment were just shooting and pursuing them.
Shooting?
I escaped that place in a whisker.
EP, PDP, they are comedians.
I'm not going to come to this platform to campaign for anybody. I will not put standards in problem.
Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos State is rolling out 3,000 smart cameras to enhance road safety and improve traffic management. These cameras will help enforce speed limits and serve as electronic policing tools. According to the Director of the Vehicle Inspection Service, Akin George Fashola, the initiative is part of the government's intelligent transportation system aimed at ensuring compliance with road laws. Some of the cameras are already operational at locations like Alakbere, Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way, and Allen Junction. Meanwhile, the Lagos State government is accelerating infrastructure development and economic growth. During a recent tour of renovated projects in Alausa, Special Advisor to the Governor on Electronic Geographical Information System, Olajide Babatunde, highlighted key upgrades across the state. These include the redevelopment of Dosumu Market, Berewura Onirin, and Jankara Market, which are now about 60% complete. Moving on from Lagos, a tragic incident at the Kotonkarfe Custodial Center in Kogi State has claimed the life of Senior Correctional Assistant Shuaibu King David. The Nigerian Correctional Service says he died heroically while trying to prevent inmates from escaping and protecting the facility. Spokesman Abubakar Umar praised his dedication to duty and national security. Meanwhile, security agencies are working to track down the escaped inmates. On the foreign scene, the Israel-Gaza war has become one of the deadliest conflicts for journalists, with reports confirming that over 208 media workers have been killed since October 2023. Press freedom groups are calling for better protections as attacks on journalists continue. Recently, Israeli strikes targeted the car of an Al Jazeera journalist near Beit Lahia and the home of a Palestine Today TV reporter in Khan Yunis, further highlighting the dangers of covering the war. And the White House has admitted that a journalist was accidentally added to a secret group chat where top U.S. officials discussed military action against Yemen's Houthi group. Atlantic editor Jeffrey Goldberg reportedly received the invite on the Signal app, which was intended for senior officials. In the chat, Vice President J.D. Vance was seen complaining about bailing Europe out again, while Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth called European reliance on the U.S. pathetic. Although Hegseth denies sharing war plans, the leak is being called a major security failure. And as for President Trump, he says he knows nothing about it. And that's it on the news update this hour. It is back to the sunny side with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Thank you for your time.
On your number one talk station.
You get a daily dose of news trends.
Crisis averted in aviation sector after aggrieved unions suspend strike.
Intense conversation.
She's among the ICPC board members. What has she experienced in life? 20 years with a girl. She is that because she has level.
Sports and news to keep you updated all day and every day.
Join the conversation on your number one talk station.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
It's Open Thought Tuesday. We're back. 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's 5 minutes past 2 p.m. Okay, so quite a number of messages to go through, and the numbers, if you're on WhatsApp, 08095975805. The telephone lines for the men, 0201-2770-993, and for the females, 0201-465-7190. Before we get right back into the heart of the matter, Kemi will be sharing with us some information.
Yes, Lagos. Okay, so they've done this for 3 great seasons, and fans have brought their best and fought. Now, the banter was bold, the debates were tight, but now it's bigger, it's better, and the stakes are much higher. The battle returns. It's Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. And they're doing this in partnership with Sports Salon, raising the game with honor and a shot at fame. 32 fans will be set to contest and write for themselves a wonderful story with a 1 million naira prize attached to the top category. So if you think that this is your thing and you've got what it takes, then yes, be my guest. Go ahead and register. Okay, all you have to do is go to the registration portal. That's www.nigeriainfo.fm. Okay, that's the website, www.nigeriainfo.fm. When you get on there, click the Fan Battle banner on the homepage. Go ahead to fill the mini form. And don't forget to drop a video that's not more than 60 seconds with you speaking on any football topic of your choice. That's what you're doing in the video, okay? A 60-second video, fill the mini form, and then click on submit. Make sure you click on submit. Don't forget. So, as the Fan Battle 4 brought to you by Femi and the gang, and they're saying, let the battle begin.
All right, and then I'm going to go to the telephone lines. You're going to have to catch your breath, and then we go to WhatsApp. Welcome. It's Open Thought Tuesday. My name's Joyce. Nigeria Info. How are you?
Yeah, Joyce, good afternoon.
Thank you for calling. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
This is Chris. Good
afternoon.
Afternoon, good to you. Joyce, is just showing off. Have you seen the video, one of the big man, so-called big man, spray money? We had a blowing machine. This one is not using his hand. They store the money in that machine, and that thing will be vomiting the money. It happens in Nigeria here. And when we say inferiority complex or something, and these are learned people, oh, Joyce. Hello, Joyce.
You think I'm dead? Go ahead.
Go
I'm
ahead.
trying
Go
not to
ahead.
interrupt
She's hearing
you.
No, no, that is not our portion, Joyce. These are learned people, professors, MD, don't show off. It's just show off. You go to the bank, they will not give you the mint. You go there, it's funny. A lot of things happen in wedding. Oh. Joyce, I drove a lady, a wedding, to their place somewhere in one of the Jebus, Mercedes 550. Oh. There's nothing wrong with that car. We finished from church, going to reception. I think the uncle said they didn't come to see him. No rain, no heavy sun. Just before you know it, from nowhere, rain, sea flood everywhere. Canopy, breeze blew up the canopy. Okay, let's start going home from Ijebu to Apapa. That Mercedes refused to start. They started suggesting, get a technician. I said, no, nobody should start this car. There's nothing wrong with this car. I'm a village man. I said, look, talk to your people. Madam and Oga, your dad, let them find out what is happening. They go and consult this man. He said, one of the uncle is not happy because they didn't come to see him. So what do we do? The man just come. They pleaded with him. Okay, don't worry, we'll come and see you. He just lay hand on the boot of the car, and the motor start.
Okay.
Hello, Joyce.
Thank you. Wow.
So a lot of things happen during wedding. Black.
Okay.
Black.
You ready?
We have power, but my pain is that this thing that Boko Haram are doing, they have people who can stop them. But the government, whether it's a shame or they feel, the people who can stop those guys, put them to sleep, and you just capture them like a cockroach.
All right.
We have people who can do it. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. The sunny side, but just before WhatsApp. Hold on a moment. The sunny side is Open Thought Tuesday.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, so issue of spraying at
What's your name?
Giving 30,000 to collect 20,000 because I want to spray.
What's your name?
Okay, Benjamin.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I will just call it inferiority conference in the sense that the people that still seek validation from outside of them, and that's the worst thing that can happen to a man. That is the highest form of slavery. When you are not yet a free man. There's one advert you used to play in many of your shows that if they run along, that you are a free man. Most people are not yet free, Joyce. When people believe that it's until I drive a V8 Tundra, that's when I'll become Odogu. Forgetting that V8 Tundra is meant for those that have farm in outside country. All these V8, V12, V4, heavy duty, like those that have farms and so on. That's what they used to go to off-road, farmland road. But in Nigeria, it's Odogu vehicle for them to be driving V8 and V12. I get what I'm saying. So those kind of people, I used to tell my wife that if I'm a woman, I kind of, even though they are, people call them Odogu, but inside of them, they are like 6 months baby. People that they've not groomed their willpower, their mind, they just do things to impress people.
Right.
Somebody buying a wahala because you just want to impress somebody.
So you actually do think that the very culture, or do you think that the culture of spraying money is actually one of inferiority, character weakness?
For me, I've seen character weakness.
All right, okay.
Because I believe that motive is key in anything you are doing. Motive is key.
Thank you. I appreciate you calling in. Lagos, look, you're at liberty to truly, but you have to properly interrogate it so that you can honestly put up a very good defense against what you may hear and are willing to disagree with. So we're going to go to WhatsApp right now.
Okay, so this person says, on the new note, I think Nigerians don't love Nigerians at all, because why would someone think of himself alone? The currencies and are national pride, national property, and should not be traded, but to be exchanged for goods and settlements for debts. Why should you sell currencies? It sounds ridiculous. And secondly, greed is the number one tool some Nigerians use to condemn another one. This should be addressed honestly. He said, "Oh Lord, deliver me from my friends, but take good care of my enemies." Okay.
Are you sure that's a prayer you really want to pray? All right, good. Thank you so much for your message.
This person says, Auntie Joyce, I want to remain anonymous. 80% of men's problem begin after white wedding or traditional wedding. I know what I went through. Thank God for life. It is well. This person is from Manchester. He says, as an ex-banker, the racketeering that takes place as a staff for mint notes straight from CBN is so high, especially for marketers with big clients that all they spend is mint. Each bank branch has mint. There is a bank branch that's meant for just high network individuals, GRA and Island. All they pay there is new notes. Your minimum bank balance gives you access.
Oh, by the way, nice meeting you, and thank you for that inside gist. Oh, so if you are a big client, then you get access to mint.
Yeah, I mean, you know the people you're supposed to know.
All right, good. So now it seems as though there is a culture of if you're not seen, then it didn't happen. I saw a video 2 days ago. It was of a man who claimed to be a pastor, and he gave money to a group of persons. And I think this is the second time in about a week I'm seeing videos of him, and he gives the money in cash. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, that's a little burden to bear. Why don't you just make a transfer? And I guess maybe they do it for the public to confirm. That's 1. 2, but I also think it's a giving to be seen, a form of giving to be seen. So culturally, there is this pattern of we will give except we're seen. If we're not seen, we will not give. I don't know if that's what people say, but I mean, there's that.
Like giving input.
Yeah.
Like
there's given to be seen. Sometimes I don't even think it's hypocritical. I just think it's
like for the
it's a choice. Yeah, it's like this is how I want to give. If I'm not seen, then
but that's not how it's supposed to be.
Well, we don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. You know, we're just trying to make sense of the logicality, the sensibility, what we call culture. Like this thing that we call culture, is there something wrong with it? I'm of the personal view that to put money on people is insulting. Like it's really insulting. Like I look at it and there's something insulting here. So there's a message there, someone saying it's not insulting, or he says, so I'll just wait for you to get there. So you go back to messages.
Okay, this person says it's very demeaning. I will feel violated. Very myopic thinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this person says, my name is Joshua. Spraying of cash is everywhere in the world because it makes the event sweet. But to spray it directly on the celebrant's body, that one I do not support.
I'm not sure if it's everywhere in the world. I'm not sure what you mean when you say. I'm not sure what. Yeah, I mean, I can understand the adaptation to culture, but when you say everywhere in the world, there are places where you don't go to weddings and then they spray money. There are places where you go to and that doesn't happen.
Maybe certain countries.
Okay, good. But then, so let's even look at this. It's everywhere.
When Nigerians
let's look at, it's let's assume, no, it's not everywhere in the world. Let's not do that.
It's not. It can't
Please,
be
let's
everywhere
not do
in
that.
the world.
If you've been around town, it's not everywhere in the world. That's for sure. Okay, but then again, when you look at it, it's... Do you suppose that there's nothing wrong with it? I mean, if that's your stance,
I think the way they do their own
stance.
money, whatever, is they lavish it on the appearance of whatever events it is that they're throwing. You say, oh, I want to create something grand. I think it's a human thing when you want to just do grand, you want to do something spectacular. So it's like, oh, I want gold linings here, silver linings here. I want the tablecloth to be looking like heaven. I want the floors to be sparkling. I want this, I want that. So it's like, oh, people enter an event like, wow, money has been spent here. So there, they don't even have to spray the money. You can see the money. They don't need to tell you that you are stepping in time. In fact, you are checking your shoe if it is worthy of the ground at that point.
So you're looking. So
that one is even worse than what we are doing here.
No, but how is that worse? So opulence. I think the whole. So the secular concept of money is, I have money to buy. Yeah. So one sense of it is ego boost. The other is I can afford it, and I have nothing else to do with money, and so I buy it. Right? So I buy it. I don't see that. I can understand that because they have the money.
Yeah.
And that's really what you do with money. Black or white. That's what you do with money.
Yeah.
Whether it's clothing or food or opulence or whatever. If money can buy it, you put money on it. Right? I mean, people are even paying for humans to come over. Yeah, if money can buy it, you pay for it.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's worse when we compare it to
Spraying money in the
spraying
air?
of money.
I mean, I'm not in support of putting money on people's body. And
Okay,
whatnot,
now,
but I'm
oh.
I am in support of you can bring money to the events now. There's a basket.
Yeah, but
there,
so
put
but
it
so
there.
the problem is not the
Give me
giving of money.
envelopes.
The problem is not the giving of money. So you can bring money in a bag and you just put the bag down. You can make a transfer, but it seems as though the reason this spraying thing has become very profound is the reason for which we do it.
Yeah, the motive behind it. True.
So I think it's insulting. You tell me what you think it is. Once they're putting money on someone's skin, it just irritates me. But then that's just one view. So who else is there?
So this person says some of the callers do not really know how spiritual things work. If a person wants to harm you spiritually, they don't need to come to your wedding to spray you money or give you diabolical clock, etc. That will be physical. Spiritual things are called spiritual because not for a reason, and that's because they can be done spiritually. Whether the indeed intended victim is available physically or not. Finally, it isn't funny that those who claim that they are Christians are more afraid of the power of Satan than they trust the power of God that they serve. So-called Christians are even more afraid than those who don't attend the church.
All right. Hold, let me quickly go to the telephone lines. Nigeria Info. Sorry, I lost you. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Hopefully, you'll make it back. Good afternoon. Hold on. Wait. How many people? Just give me a moment. One after the other. Thank you. Sorry, I lost you. Make it back. Open Thought Tuesday. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for being here. It's Nigeria Info's Open Thought Tuesday.
This is Madam Masi from Surulere.
Good to have you.
Yes, I love that discussion. The genesis of this is that though in Yoruba land, when somebody dies, you see, there's a feeling that he or she must have left some money inside his house, his cupboard or whatever, in coins. And you see, they bring the coins out, and then they throw the money in the air. People start picking the money to show that their parents, that their deceased parents are rich. And these has gone into wedding too, where people now start spraying money. But you know, it's culturally, it's about culture. It's about culture. It's about nobody can take it away.
No, it's adaptation. Hello? It's conformity. It's adaptation that has become culture. So we're interrogating the said culture here. I mean, you can change a culture. Are you saying we can't change a culture if we think it's not good?
Culture is changing because you know, like in Nigeria now, we have all sorts of tribes within Lagos, and these cultures influence each other, and we're bringing out new cultures. What I'm trying to tell you is that the culture of spraying money started a very long time ago in Yoruba land, and when they start seeing Yoruba spraying money and things like that, other tribes also start copying it. I've not seen Igbos spraying money, but that's in the very early beginning, before the war. But talk of it now. They do the way Yoruba does now. They spray money, they do all sorts of things. Even do more than what Yorubas are doing. I'm only trying to tell you the genesis of that culture. It's a very long time culture. But culture is evolving. Yes.
Is there something inferior about the way we do that culture? Is there something wrong with that?
No, it's not inferior because it's culture. You know, it's motivating.
Just because it's culture doesn't mean it cannot be said to be inferior. That's very narrow.
Is it? What the question is that culture motivates. Is that culture motivating for higher productivity?
I don't see how your parent dying and you throwing the coins in the streets motivates you for productivity. Like that's lost on me.
No. It helps you. It helps you to ginger. It gingers you.
Where are you from again? Because are you sure that's called motivation where you're from? Like that sounds uneducated, to be honest with you. What
culture
do you mean?
Motivates.
Okay.
All over the world, culture motivates.
Motivates you to do what?
To do work, to do more work, to be productive.
No, come on, man. That's conformity. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So is Nigerians, wait. Do you assign meaning to a thing without proper introspection? What did that last caller say? Did you hear it? Ginger. What sort of a lodo definition is that? Open Thought Tuesday. Nigeria Info. Sorry, I lost you. Wake it back. Yeah, because what do you mean it Ginger. And then but I don't want this thing to be like a culture clash, you know. I don't know who started it, but
no, we don't know who.
I don't
we just
know.
that everybody does it.
Hello, welcome to Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for calling. It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you, Kemi.
Don't take forever. You want to hit the ground running. Tell me your name. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to do that. You already wasted my airtime.
Yes.
That guy's my name from Satellite Town. You think my call while Kemi was reading her messages.
Oh,
remember?
I don't remember. Sorry about that. Now you can go ahead.
Your sins are forgiving your sin no more.
Yeah.
Well, for me,
I'll catch you on Thursday.
For me, that is this frame of money is indecent. It is, for me, a deficiency of character, regardless of what people attribute it to, whether culture or whatever it is. Besides the fact that it mutilates the currency itself, I think it's just this idea of people wanting to be seen, to be noticed, to be doing something. People want to give and don't want to be seen doing it. They want to get their glory. They want to get that glory from men. That, oh, this man was seen giving. You know, whereas there are people who give silently and receive more blessings without even being mentioned. So I would rather if you want to give, let there be a bowl with something around. Go down and drop it. Because like you rightly said, spraying it on somebody is not only insulting, it's indecent. And it's deficient of character. I don't know, like the last caller was trying to argue that it kind of motivates you. I don't know what motivation is talking about. How spraying money motivates anybody. Certain cultures are meant to be interrogated as the world evolves. More so, when the advantage of it is not even being seen in anything. So it's high time we interrogate these cultures, and this emanates from our leaders. They are the ones setting the wrong examples. They go to gatherings, they go to functions, they don't want to be seen. They want to, a road project is just being completed. They want to hold a groundbreaking ceremony. Everything they want to do, they want to hold a groundbreaking ceremony for it, to be seen to be doing it. Meanwhile, this is something ordinarily they've been elected to do. So for me, it is nauseating, it is indecent, it is deficient of character, and it is antediluvian for me.
Right.
And something that needs to be stopped because it is of no value in modern society.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate it. Lagos, we will go off on a break. This is worthy of contemplation, and if you're honest enough, I want to hear your opinion. We'll be right back. My name's Joyce.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
2024 was a very interesting year. I had finally saved enough to buy my home on the island. My dream of becoming a landlord in Lagos was about to come to pass. Then, I got a call.
Hello, Dad. I just got admission to study in UK.
Now, this might sound like great news, but in that moment, it was a very big dilemma. Do I fulfill my lifelong dream of owning a home in Lagos, or send my son to school abroad and remain a tenant? Well, when I saw the affordable homes by Horizon Estates, I no longer had to choose. I could afford both. I am very grateful to Horizon Estates because I didn't just get a dream home. I sent my son to his dream school too. Don't choose between dreams. Have it all with affordable homes in Horizon Estates.
Own a studio, 1, 2, 3 or 4 bed apartment opposite Lekki Phase 1 starting from 29.99 million naira outright payment when you buy 3 units. Terms and conditions apply. For more details, call 0700 123 9002 or visit hzelekki.com or visit our office at Third Roundabout Axis, Lekki Phase 1.
Hi, e dey tasty, creamy and nourishing. E get vitamins A, D, E, B1, B9, B12 and zinc. Na original Naija yogurt. Abeg, make una throw away salute for fine yogurt. Abeg, go Jollimento with the new fine yogurt drinking yogurt.
Fine Yogo, original Naija yogurt.
This year, we're talking about patronage from many different aspects. It's not just giving artists money. It can be helping an artist have an exhibition, giving them exposure, connecting them to the right gallery, the right representative, the right person, giving them studio space to produce, giving them some training, whether it's business training, legal advice. There are so many ways in which you can be a patron of the arts.
Plus 234 Art Fair 2025 holds from March 27th to 31st at the Pan-African Center, brought to you by Soto Gallery and Echo Bank. Admission is free.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more. Register now and take your stand. Your time to shine is now at hand.
Registration is ongoing on www.nigeriainfo.fm.
And Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
Before I go to WhatsApp, I'm going to quickly. I want to go to the telephone lines, but I want to quickly read this message. Can you read it for us?
Which one?
Just the next WhatsApp message.
Okay. All right. So the next one says, I really do not think that all these things involving diabolical gifts exist. Though the scripture spoke about it in Exodus, that the Almighty God detests the practice of witches, scripture also spoke about how Samuel's spirit was invoked from the dead with the power of a witch. You people should let us know with the fact that if these black powers do exist in Africa, especially Nigeria as a country. Okay.
Telephone lines. I'm not even sure.
All right.
Hello, Nigeria Info. Turn off the volume of your radio set.
Hi, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Thank you for being on the sunny side. Good afternoon to you.
And hello, beautiful Kenny.
Hello. Hi.
That message you just read.
What's your name?
Storm Reader.
Okay.
Sometimes you say ignorance is bliss, so I won't reply to that guy. He does not understand what he's saying. Then
that ignorance is not the type that's bliss, but it's okay. You can choose not to respond.
I feel sorry for him. That's why.
All right, it's okay. Go ahead.
From what you're saying, I think we had this topic some weeks ago. Where we tend to say culture dictates the tune for our laws. I think this spraying of money is cultural, if you ask me. Let me broaden the discussion. Our brothers in diaspora, if you watch them, they tend to do the same thing. Only that they don't go looking for new notes.
That's imitation. Yeah, that's imitation. You're just imitating something. I mean, now we're thinking about it,
Yeah, they don't look for new notes because the dollar is half value, either new or old. So which is what again? Cultural, they're over there. Either new dollar or old dollar. But here, I think ours is just cultural because even our tradition, okay, I'm not feeling fine. Oh, I've been having accidents for the past 7 days. Okay, you seek a deity. Go to the junction, three junction. Anybody you see there, any beggar you see, give him denomination, this amount, and this amount. And that is why you see beggars will now leave our society. You don't have a Chinese having wedding and you see them spraying money. It is alien to them. So you now see the same brothers across now. They are now using that idea. You see, the white guys over there are also imbibing that same tradition. Once they intermarry, you see them do that same thing. You drop money here, you drop money there, you drop money over there. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, Joyce?
I'm trying to listen.
So the point is, I think it's just cultural. We see it as a thing we do.
Okay, so
most times the big shots they don't spray money. They just call you, give me your account, and I transfer money. We're just want to make a scene. Oh, I have arrived. You see, the poorest guys at the end of the day, they're the ones spraying that money. They'll go back to their tent and start drinking Gary.
All right. Well, no, maybe not all of them. But yeah, okay. I kind of get it though. So, do you think that this portrays an inferior sense of human worth? Is that what we have done successfully? The portrayal of an inferior sense of human worth. Because if you callers have said, well, you do it so that people will give you some kind of regard. And in my head, I'm thinking, if you didn't have respect prior to that moment, I don't see what respect you're going to earn after that moment. Maybe the waiter is going to give you rice. But after that, you're back to where you've been.
The thing is, look at the guys who genuinely have made money, not the politician who one day was a beggar in the streets. Now a politician owns one, whatever. The original ones, genuine ones, we know them. They don't just keep doling out money. They are the ones we see, that man is very stingy. He only asks you, what do you want to do with money? What should I do for you? Your school fees, I'll pay for
But that's not every rich person, because there are a lot of rich people who show off. In fact, it's as though, particularly the Nigerian context, it's as though if you don't acknowledge their wealth almost vanishes. So they need you to bow down.
Yeah.
Joyce, which of the rich man you want to call today? He has one question to answer. Go back 20 years back and ask what was he into. The ones from the rich, wealthy families I'm talking about.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Do you get my point?
Yeah, like old money.
The really rich guys, the big boys. Do you understand?
Okay. Well, I'm trying.
20 years and ask.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So you think the rich guy will make a transfer, the poor guy will spray the money?
You see them, they're always quiet at parties. They don't move. You hail them. Even though they have a bundle of whatever to give, you just call. They will sing that to you. You send your PA. They will just drop it in a whatever bag, and they won't stand up from that thing.
Thank you for calling. So I guess that's that. All right. 99.3 Nigeria Info. This message goes, I believe if you approach it from a westernized view, it is insulting. But from a cultural and local perspective, it's a form of appreciation and happiness. It gives both the giver and receiver a sense of joy while erasing the prejudice. I'm not sure what you are referring to here as the prejudice. But no, my approach is not a Western idea. It's a psychological and a philosophical idea. So if we are going to probe it, it's not a Western thing to suggest that social perception is really what's driving people. That's not a Western thing. That's a psychological thing. And we're only just communicating in English. And so, because I can't quite do it in Igbo, But other than that, we're speaking in a generalized term where someone from India, the East of Africa, Nigeria, America, Europe can understand, and we can agree at a point, even though we're from different points on the world map. You kind of get the point. Social conformity is generalized language. You can understand what I'm saying regardless of your creed or your tongue. Ego gratification, that's not a westernized thing. We're looking here at what's propelling behavior. Why do people do what they do? So then again, now I'm forcing you to interrogate, even from your own perspective, that's if you don't disagree with me, whether you think that the placing of money, so wait, there is the buying of money, which has become like a black market thing around here. So you buy money, and then you want to buy maybe 200,000, and then you're told, so like the tweet I'm referring to, he wanted 200,000, and he was told to pay 180,000 extra for mint 200,000 naira. You see that? So I'm thinking that the person who's selling money to you is also capitalizing on your ego. It's like what the luxury market does with people who have money. So that the luxury market is also capitalizing on the ego of the rich guy to sell him something. Well, that's one of your many strategies. So that's that. So I'm saying, or at least I'm asking you, is this quote-unquote culture a representation of our inferiority? And so in a bid to appear to not be less, in a bid to not appear to be insecure, in a bid to not appear to be outside of the conforming circle, then we do this thing that we call culture today. And then we try to give it a fancy representation that doesn't quite answer the question of, is this an inferior thing to do? So you take a moment, or you get back to me if you were clear on that. How are you? It's the sunny side. If you can hear me, that is.
Hello?
Oh, sorry, I lost you. I thought you couldn't hear me. The sunny side, good afternoon to you, Nigeria Info. How are you?
Good afternoon, my beloved sister. How are you today?
Well, thank you. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
I'm Bia Kimbo, calling from Iba.
Good to have you. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, there is no doubt that it is part of our culture, but I have always quarreled with that idea of putting money on humans. There is a saying in Yoruba that says, "Ma fowo si mi lara mi o ki n se oku," which simply means that don't put money on me, I'm not a corpse.
Oh, really?
So, yes. So, because there are traditions that when somebody dies, while they are doing the laying in state, they drop money on that corpse, and those that are bereaved will eventually collect the money. But I am saying, even if it is our culture, any culture that is not dynamic, any culture that is static can never stand the test of time. I've always quarreled with that idea of, spraying. If I want to support any celebrant, what I've always done is that in those days that we don't have transfer, I will put the money in an envelope, and on the day of the event, I will simply hand it over to the celebrant quietly. That is what I have believed. Culture is meant to be evolving from one generation to another. Otherwise, such a culture will not stand the test of time. That is my submission. Thank you
so
very
much
much.
for calling. I do appreciate. Okay, one more caller. Hello, 99.3 Nigeria Info. You're awake
Hello,
now?
Joyce. Good afternoon. This is Obi calling from Ikeja.
Yeah. Good to have you here. Welcome. Thank you so much.
Joyce, you see, culture is something that, it's a general thing.
What?
Just let me tell you something. Nigerians sometimes will think that we are not inferior. Joyce, I went to a Greek party in Thessaloniki. Joyce, this is worse than spraying money. They will go and buy expensive ceramics, and start breaking it everywhere in the party. Breaking ceramics.
They do that.
Their culture. I say this is a mad culture. So something I was a bit confused. Just Google this. Greek people.
I know that. I already know that. Well, they have to interrogate their culture. I'm not Greek. I'm not interrogating the Greeks, but I guess it's a history to that particular practice. And just because they do it doesn't make it right. But first of all, you even have to know why they do it. So here we're trying to figure out, why do Nigerians do it?
No. This thing is a kind of satisfaction for me. I don't think it's inferiority or ego. It gives satisfaction, sincerely speaking.
Satisfaction for your ego, or satisfaction for what exactly?
Sincerely speaking, it's a bit confusing sometimes.
No, if you sit down with it, it's not so confusing. Sit with it. It's not confusing.
This network is horrible.
Oh, okay. Maybe you hang up and call me back. Maybe that would work.
Okay.
All right. So they say that the reason the Greeks actually break plates at wedding is to ward off evil spirits and symbolize a new beginning, as well as expressing joy and abundance. You also must understand that these are Greeks, right? They're probably retaining a few of their pagan cultures. So before you go comparing, you must dig the root of this practice. Many of them are probably still practicing pagan culture. Now, here is you. I'm not even sure what you believe. If I ask you if you're still very much into your pagan ways, I'm guaranteed you're going to deny it. So if the moment you deny pagan culture, at least you begin to set yourself free a little bit to interrogate something. And you should be capable of interrogating it. Otherwise, you're just part of the herd. And you are part of that which conforms. I'm not asking you to stop spraying money. I am saying let's look at it. There is something that informs this habit. Personally, just putting money on the skin where you, in a bid to, I'm not sure, well, you're celebrating with them. But that whole money on the skin thing is very insulting. I find it particularly insulting. And so I'm asking you to interrogate it. When you say gratify, of course you have to be gratifying your ego. What else can you possibly be gratifying? Let's try. Give me your options. What could you be gratifying? That you came and it has been seen that you came and that you have done as other men have done. And this is supposed to represent a sense of joy as against, hey, congratulations on your wedding. I'd like to support you. What's your bank account? Here's what I have for you. Take. So again, there is that. A few people would like to. Let me tell you a very short story. So I have this family friend. He has friends who are billionaires in Nigeria. So he told me, and we were talking about. We're Igbo, right? So you kind of know what I'm trying to refer to. And so he went for a wedding. And he came back from the wedding, and he was telling me his experience from the wedding. He said that he landed the wedding a little early. Pretty much, wedding has started, right? But he landed the wedding a little early. One of his billionaire friends marrying a young lady. All right. Now, economic-wise, the young lady is not as rich as the guy. And so the Igbos call it Igbanku, where the woman is supposed... So basically, at the scene of the wedding, the lady is supposed to carry something, I think it's palm wine, to go give to her husband. So he said that was about the time he arrived. He said he arrived where she was, on her way to go do the... No. That was when the guy who disrupted the wedding came. He had been there a little earlier. So... Then she was dancing to go meet her husband to do that, give him something, the palm wine. Okay, and so this other guy comes. The moment that guy comes, he starts spraying money, and every other car that came after that guy sprays money until the end of the wedding. In fact, that spraying money was what elongated the time for that wedding. So it was just anybody comes, parks his car, throwing money in the air, money in the air, money in the air. That was the whole wedding. In fact, he said that was the whole wedding. That was the wedding. I was saying, well, isn't there a part of the wedding where the groom and the bride, he said nothing like that happened. Where groom and bride, maybe they hold hands, they dance, it didn't happen. Everybody gets up and dance, and men were just pouring, making money rain. And so I was trying to get to the psychology of it. I'm like, why do we do it? It's like, oh, yeah, sure. Of course, we know why we do it. You know why we do it. It's not, today's not a day for you to play modest. You don't have that card with me today. You're not going to say that there's some morality to it. There's no morality to it. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. Let's go to WhatsApp.
This person says, spraying money at weddings, etc. is not about the celebrants, but in my personal opinion, it's about the person spraying. He or she wants to shine and be remembered on someone else's day. Someone called and said there are other ways of giving money, quietly giving in envelopes, doing money transfers to accounts, etc. But who would see the giver in any of these situations? So it's all about the giver being seen and acknowledged. Your friendly neighbor. This person says, the last message you read is right. There are banks that give mint money because of their customers. The culture is as old as many of our parents. Most third world countries do it. So it's our mindset to make the event grander. Bank managers make huge profits giving new money out. I don't spray, but I put it in envelopes because of my upbringing and church belief.
If the persons who are, like, say, the highest representation of value don't make your occasion grand, and that's not me asking you to invite popular people. I don't even care for that. It's more like the people whom you have invited is the beauty of the occasion. Your mom, your dad, your friends, the people who believe in you, who are there to support you, who are happy for you. They're the ones who truly make it beautiful. But I feel like there's something else. That's an opportunity. Like, I've heard instances now where weddings are a means to raise funds. That's even another conversation for another day. Where someone is about to have a wedding, and then the uniform is expensive. I've even heard, like, brides on the train also complaining as to the cost the cost they have to pay to be on a train. Huh?
So it's not compulsory to be on the train. Some people actually want to join that train for a reason. So if they ask you to pay, you pay for it. Must you be on the train?
I don't.
Can you not sit down?
I don't. That's a different conversation. But I've also heard, and then there is we pay so much for the train, and then you divorce after 2 years. I want a refund. I've heard stuff.
So for the people my friends that got married and gave money for, like, the train, they usually do this thing where if you pay more than what the dress actually costs. So the package is like you get the dress, especially when it's two weddings. So you get the engagements, you get for the wedding itself, you get what you're wearing at the church. So it's church and reception. You have that. Then you have maybe like fan, traditional engagement wear with it. Some even give out like purses.
I don't have a problem with that if that's culture.
Whatnot.
Like, I don't have a problem with that. I think it's the complaint that has emerged from it. Like, it's your wedding. You can do whatever you want.
People make money in weddings.
It's
thing.
more about, well, let's make our money back.
Have to make their money back, and you are come to eat food. Oh, you don't have fear of God.
If you want to sell food, cook, open a restaurant, sell. If you want people to come celebrate with you, I don't see why you're making them pay.
Then why are they saying that, oh, we're restricting the numbers of people that are coming to our wedding, and then you are shouting, your grandma in Cotonuco, what's my business? You really think this is the Bible advice?
Okay, so now this is, wow, who knew? All the places where trouble lie. Okay, telephone lines, Nigeria Info. I lost you, make it back. The sunny side. Welcome to Open Thought Tuesday.
Kemi.
Good afternoon to you.
Kemi, you go explain to the evidence no day. Good afternoon, Lady Jane.
Good afternoon to
you. So, I've heard the back and forth on today's topic of discourse. But some people that have called in today would drag this conversation because at one point in their lives or the other, they've engaged in this misnomer or anomaly. And so they try to justify it as saying it's not social conformation or something, but it is anyway. Is it inferior? It's not really to celebrate the celebrant in my own terms. It's just basically you want to come in as a showstopper. Everybody is there spraying, and then you come in with mints all over you. You're rinking and thinking of money. You want to be the odogu of the show. This attitude of if you've got it, you flaunt it. And if Mama could see me syndrome, you want to exhibit it all over the red carpet. So to me, it's a show off. Some people don't even know that. Some people would not even prefer that idea of putting the money in the basket because they look at it that nobody would see them, or it won't be more pronounced, like, them spraying it or using this their gun now to spray it all over, the money going everywhere and everything. So it's a show of, maybe they want to show that they have affluence, they have opulence.
Okay.
To me, it's a notice me attitude, Lady G.
Okay, so Kemi just giving me a signal that there's someone who is contrary in view, so we're going to have to read that message in a moment. Thank you so much for calling. Let's hear what this opposition or opposite view is about, all right?
This person.
Thank you. Kemi, go ahead.
This person says, hello, Joyce. Buying money is nothing personal. It's business. Then this other person says,
you won't go and look for a career. Is that the hell? Wait, is that what you were called to be? Is that the message?
Yes, oh God!
It was that you had to have. You don't have anything better than that?
And this person says, spraying money on someone at an event is not insulting. If you think it's insulting, then you need to tell me how it is insulting. For me, I think spraying money is one of the ways of making an event colorful and also showing love to the celebrant. So I don't know why the EFCC is disturbing Nigerians for practicing our culture.
You're not even attempting thought here. You're just happy to have a radio, you have electricity, you can listen to the sunny side on Nigeria Info, and you can just react without much thought. All right, if you insist, thank you so much for writing me.
This person said, we launched our club earlier this year. The purpose of the club was to contribute to the community development. On the launching day, I suggested that we, the club members, go around and greet our guests and the other people who came for the occasion so that they know our faces. And to my greatest surprise, the club members started spraying money on the musician and the MC. I felt so ashamed. I tried to stop them, but no one listened to me. Since then, I decided not to come out in the public with them again. I'd rather wait and watch them first to see what they are up to. Yeah, sorry. This person says, no, wow, this is a lot. It says, people are not looking at the downsides of spraying money in parties. For want of time, I will mention one. It makes them the lucrative targets of kidnappers.
Oh no! Oh come on! Oh no! Well, you're assuming the worst. I pray nobody gets kidnapped. Oh well.
I thought you spent Bimbola money.
No. But nobody has been kidnapped. What's an imagination?
Eyes wild. This one says Christians who want the world to see their acts of generosity are not following the teachings of Christ. He said that the right hand should not know what your left hand is doing, and that should be how you give gifts.
Besides the Christian implications of it, which is nothing I'm even referring to today, just the psychological, interrogation of it. There's just something, for me, there's something insulting with the money on your skin. And I have no problems with you giving money to people. And so that's not even the conversation. It's the manner in which it's done. And so if you say it's culture, I'm asking that we pry the culture to figure out how much of this culture is inferior in extent, in practice, in logicality, in sensibility, in motive. And then this thing where we can just assume that, well, we cannot afford to interrogate it because we don't have interrogating capabilities. Welcome to Open Thought Tuesday. You have it. Believe me. Nigeria Info is Open Thought Tuesday. My name's Joyce, and what's your name?
Oh.
What?
Hello.
Okay, so you sound distant. You have to speak closer to your mouthpiece. We need to save time. 2 minutes is all we got.
Yes. Good afternoon, Joyce.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes. My name is...
Okay, so I sincerely do apologize. There's something between you and I, and it's not in your favor. So you may need to hang up and call back if that's possible, because your connection isn't clear at all.
Hello.
Okay, let's try. 1 minute and a half. Go ahead.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, let's try. 1 minute and a half. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. This is a very great topic. What I think about this spraying of money, I don't do it. But the thing is that in application of price is dancing. Mostly in our culture, we think he or she cannot be dancing alone.
Then
so by dancing with her, people start spraying money. So that is the real thing that I think that gives birth to this thing. Because some might have given the celebrant money somewhere, and they will still come and spray. So what I think is, if the celebrant is dancing, nobody is dancing with him or her to spray money, then they will be like, oh, there's no guest here. Even the people sitting down hitting the rice, they will be shy. So they want to stand and spray. So they believe that's the only way they can,
Okay, I guess you're explaining the rationale behind it. All right. Thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate it. Kemi, have you hit Utopia?
Yeah, so...
No, hold your thought.
That guy that is talking about spraying money everywhere in the world,
yeah,
I have an idea of where it's coming from.
Where?
Strippers. Strip club.
Oh, honey.
Dancing.
Oh, good Lord.
Money
It gets
spraying.
worse. Wait, is that even what he meant? Wait, you meant spraying money at a strip club? I told you it was insulting. You were arguing with me. We'll be right back.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, this dollar wahala now wow. Everything just dey expensive. Na true, but make we look am well, my brother. See, your shoe na from Italy, your shirt na from Turkey, your phone na from China, your car na from Japan. In fact, everything wey dey your body so na import dey import am. Abeg, how that one take consign dollar? If price of dollar go come down, e get many things wey we suppose do. Like wetin? Number one, we suppose dey export pass how we dey import. Number two, we suppose dey buy more made in Nigeria products. Number three, make we support local business. And number four, if you wan send dollar and other foreign currency enter Nigeria, make we dey use international money transfer agents. What you dey talk dey make sense o. Oh, country people, make we join hand reduce the pressure on our naira, grow our export market, and increase forex inflow. Na our hand e dey o. This message na from Bankers Committee.
Did you know that micro, small, and medium enterprises account for 96% of Nigeria's businesses and contribute to about half of the country's GDP? They also provide around 84% of all employment in the country. Want to know more? Join us on Board Street Drive, our new business show, 2:30 p.m. Mondays on Nigeria Info 99.3 FM. Let's talk.
Suleiman is 11. He rolls a tire under the bridge in Akwonjo. Doesn't go to school. Everybody knows him as the boy that draws under the bridge. We find Suleiman, get him to lead him to his mom, take us to their house, dusty drawer with cobwebs. They open it. Some of Suleiman's paintings, she was smart enough to keep them. Took about 3 or 4 of them, brought them to the gallery. Now, Suleiman will go to school, send his siblings to school. That's story of patronage. Yeah.
Plus 234 Art Fair 2025 holds from March 27th to 31st at the Pan-African Center, brought to you by Soto Gallery and Echo Bank. Admission is free.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Okay, so Kemi's really just, I don't know, maybe she needs to hang around the sunny side a little too much. I kind of like this part of her where she just hits the stars and she sparks in my eyes. I mean, it's a rarity, but hey, I like it when I get it. 3 minutes before 2 p.m. So the thing she's saying is plenty. It's just a lot of, I mean, it's not nothing, you know, but it's just a lot of, it's just all over the place. It's just, it's demeaning. But wait, she has a theory, and can you give it to us in 1 minute?
So when that guy was saying something about spraying people all over the world, I mean, people spray money all over the world, I just was wondering how. So I went to the history of burying the dead with money and how they say, oh, you spray the dead money to cross the river and whatnot. But that's done in some certain countries. Now I'm like, oh, in Nigeria, so why do we do it like everywhere? So they took it from just not just the dead now. They do it in weddings, parties and whatnot. But then in other places of the world, they also spray money and then it just struck a nerve. Strip club. When you're at a strip club, you spray the stripper money. You don't send money to their accounts. They are dancing. You spray them money. You use money to touch their bodies, but you cannot, like, you are not transferring. You have to spray them money. So it's everywhere.
So you are trying to
So now I understand
make sense of the quote unquote everywhere.
Insulting, and linking it with you saying, oh, it's insulting and whatnot, because people are not seeing how it's insulting, but right now I say how it's insulting. But I'm wondering, okay, so in Nigeria, do we spray the bride the same way we spray the lady?
So it's an adaptation of an inferior culture.
Sort of.
It's an adaptation. You're adapting to an inferior culture. But I didn't even think that deep when once I just see money on the skin, I was like, that's so disrespectful. Yeah, but then the moment you look into it, at least from the angle Kemi's coming from, so that you're adapting to an inferior culture. I mean, I'm surprised that we didn't even attempt to interrogate the history of the Yoruba adage that says, well, don't put money on my body. I am not a dead person. And I remember reading first about giving money to dead people was when I was reading the Egyptian mythology, where a person dies and then you give them money because the supposition is that when they get there, they can pay some demons to help them cross the ocean. But you see, if you were going to heaven, you know you couldn't pay your way through. It's just an adaptation to inferior stuff. All right, great. 2 o'clock. Open Thought Tuesday. So today, I mean, yeah, on landslide, we agree. But now, will you change? Well, between your ego and your esteem, Hail Mary, off on a break.
The biggest stories around the world.
3,298 inmates on death row in Nigeria prisons.
All in one platform.
Plans are underway to evacuate Nigerians in Sudan.
Let's talk sport.
Let's talk information, news, and current affairs.
It recommends INEC should not be a defendant when we have election petitions.
Together, we'll have a great conversation and more.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It's 2 o'clock. The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, here's a summary of some of the stories we're tracking at this time. Lagos sets to install 3,000 smart cameras for traffic management, while Senate confirms Sylvester Nwakuche as Comptroller General of Correctional Service. Senate confirms Professor Melvin Ayogu as one of CBN Board of Directors, while FCT police intercept ammunition hidden in palm oil and arrest suspects. Justice Obiora Egwatu steps down from case involving suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, while suspended Rivers Governor Sim Fubara dismisses fake pipeline explosion reports. Rivers elders challenge AGF to prove Fubara's link to pipeline explosion. Rivers State Head of Service George Nweke resigns as sole administrator, appoints new SSG, while JAM reschedules 2025 mock UTME to the 10th of April. Petroleum retailers praise Naira for crude policy for economic impact. Analysts warns Dangote refineries' dollar crude imports could hurt Naira. Correctional Service announces death of senior officer Shuaibu King David. Nigeria Correctional Service tightens security after Kogi prison break, during which time an officer died. President Tinubu launches Nigerian Youth Academy to empower young Nigerians. On the foreign scene, global outrage as journalists killed in Gaza airstrikes. Israel says it's killed Hezbollah commander in southern Lebanon strikes. Israel continues Gaza bombardments for 8th day, killing at least 23 people. Tight security at far left militant faces trial in Germany. Russia to continue Ukraine talks with U.S., push for UN involvement, and Moscow and Washington reviewing outcome of Saudi Arabia peace talks. That's all at this time. You are listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce on 99.3 Nigeria Info, and I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Thank you for your time, Lagos.
You are listening to Open Thought on The Sunny Side with Joyce. Let's talk.
.3 Nigeria Info. The Sunny Side is 3 minutes past 2 p.m. Thank you all so much for your commitment to reason and the courage with which you at least attempted to reason out what this conversation should be. And I don't know on what scale a change can occur, but I guess we are better off when we know differently. I will suggest that we attempt being better people by just making better choices. And just because everyone else is doing it does not justify the correctness or give us or provide us a sense of permission to do it. And I can understand not knowing at first, but I guess the privilege of age is to be better. It's like you're older, you know better, you act differently. Yeah, and then we can change the cultures. Like, I mean, we cannot be following rules written by dead men. Yeah, what else is this? Rules made by dead men for the living. It's like, where's your own autonomy? Where's your agency? Where's your will? Where's your will to power? How do you chart your course if you're still bound by laws made by dead men? So, I'm not saying that all laws made by dead people are wrong. It's that you can't be the one who's enslaved by the opinions of dead people. All right. Happy freeing yourself from the shackles of whatever else bounds in the air. Okay. 2 p.m. on the clock, and our next conversation, late marriage. I think this is going to be interesting. All your cultural obstacles are going to feature on this one. All right. So, indeed, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're Nigeria Info. It's Open Thought Tuesday. My name's Joyce.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling. Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
Perception. Social perceptions. Welcome, 5 minutes past 2 p.m. Okay, so here's the question. Is there any advantage to late marriage? That's it. I'm not even sure how someone heard my thought, but a colleague had sent me a message about 2 weeks ago responding to the question. I'm like, where did you find the question? I must have written it somewhere and erroneously sent it to someone because someone responded to it. And she pretty much marks me. She kept marking me until she found me, and she was like, so what's this conversation about? Late marriage. I'm like, I don't know, just a topic. What, are you paranoid? I don't want to assume she had a concern, but she wanted to understand the context. I'm like, there's no other context other than late marriage. But then again, you think about, but as we try to pry into it, she concluded that there's no advantage to being married late. What's wrong with you? Okay, so can we begin? Okay.
Okay. So advantages of getting married.
But really, you wrote
I'm
it down?
serious.
Oh, okay, good. Let's hear it. Okay, what are the advantages?
So you have a clearer understanding of yourself. You're supposed to, by that age, have a clearer understanding of yourself and what you actually need and want. By that age, you're supposed to be financially stable, at least to a point. By that age, there should be more personal and professional growth. You should have gotten to a certain point where you can handle some things, like you've grown your career, you've developed yourself personally. So now deciding to look to another person or get married and whatnot, it's beneficial to you.
Okay,
because
so
you've grown.
Okay.
Basically, it's just growth.
Okay, so Lagos, you don't even.
of
I mean,
words.
she's what? She's 20. She's 18. How old are you?
26.
Well, you don't have to listen to her. Like she's what she. I doubt she knows what she's talking
I'm a
about.
child.
Good. She's never been married. She's in love though, but she's never been married. So you've walked through fire. You've gone to hell and back. You're probably still in it. Guess the one. Lagos, yeah, great. No, they'll call black kids. Okay, no, I mean, so right. Still, he's broke. Now, still, you and you. You can invest people like it, but also people have it all easy. Yeah. Then married people, married people who regret married people who get it now, and they can't believe that hype was what they fell for. Like, so all that hype, this nonsense, like just this void. Yeah. Then a few of you are married. You don't want to sound ungrateful to God, so you really just swallow your objections. Some of you are married. Death would have been better. There's
some of them that have bliss now. Just a very few.
I'm getting there.
Like,
That's because they're like 5.
Really? One is 5.
I'm joking. Okay, yeah, indeed. If a handful, some of you are married.
Blissful.
That's the problem. Is what you call bliss. By the time we're prying to it now, really? Okay. You know what? I'll quit playing around. Some of you are married. You have bliss. Like,
let's just give it to them.
The word made flesh. God made you a promise, and He gave you peace in this human. And you're happy. You will die a happy man. You'll die a happy woman. There couldn't have been a better gift than this person right here. Oh, thank God for you. Some of you, you're married. You're in love. You can't be like, if you were to come to this world another time,
pick your husband.
There's no point. You just want this person. Like, this is heaven followed you to earth. You're going back to heaven. You're going back with them. You won the lottery when it comes to spouses. Or maybe you call them lovers, like you won the lottery. All right. Who else did we leave out of the equation? So now there are those who are just wanderers. You're single. You don't know what you're doing.
It's complicated.
You better not be married. You'll be useless. So between here and hell, you're just in the streets. You're just
and
back
that's
and forth.
called it's complicated.
It's not complicated. You're lost. That's not complication. That's you're nowhere. You're here, but you're not here.
So that's it. It's like traffic lights. There's red, taken. There's green, single, and there's yellow. A mixture of two worlds.
And then there's gray. You're neither here, nor are you there. You're just a moving obstacle. You are tragedy waiting for its moment. You are. I mean, you didn't choose it, but hey, behold, what you are. All right, let's talk. Is there a benefit to late marriage? So Kemi thinks you're better developed at a later time. That's a said argument. But I remember the colleague who put up an objection. She truly is of the belief that if she got married earlier, then she'll make whatever mistakes she wants to make and maybe survive it. But it would be better if it happened at an early time in her life. So let's find out what you think about it. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190, and 0945. Just like what's phone time was a social burden that people had to bear, not necessarily by social to your bottom, friend, family, friend, society, like go get married by a certain age, you should be. Others have been married before that age, and then they've learned a thing or two. So I want to hear.
I think that there is a reason for that. So, and the reason why they're putting pressure is because they feel like the pool of potential partners just drops when you get to a certain age.
All right. Okay. So maybe that's also the fear or the concern. It's Open Thought Tuesday. Hello. How are you?
Hello, Joyce.
Thank you for being here. You're on the sunny side. My name's Joyce. What's your name?
Good afternoon. Adetayo from Ikoyi.
Okay. Welcome, Ty. Go ahead.
Well, I think the disadvantages are more than the advantages for late marriage.
Oh.
What I think is what people need to look at is your financial capability, as in both parties, both the man and the woman. Once both of you are working, you are earning a living, as in okay, not just because for you to raise children, you need to be okay. You don't just bring children into the world without having a means of taking care of them. But when we say, when we are talking of late marriage, that does not guarantee you can be 40 and yet you are not okay to take care of a family.
Okay.
So I think it is about finding the right time yourself, making sure you are okay.
Pardon me, are you talking about right time or the right person?
The right time and the right person, both.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible to be looking for two things at the same time. You're looking for one thing, and then the one thing is a precursor to the other thing.
The right time is from you yourself, making sure you are ready for this, that you are financially
Is that age specific? Does that conform to age limits or limitations?
It does not conform to. It does in a way, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't qualify to every person.
Yeah, of course. I wanted your point of view so that we don't complicate the matter. Thank you so much for calling. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sunnyside, if believe me, the rule is the same in and out of season. When you call the show, I want your point of view. It just makes matter a lot easier for us. The other guy can be of a different view, but you cannot conjecture what the other person's view is. You strain me, and I don't have enough time to deal with that. Thank you. Kemi, next.
Okay, so Lagos, we've got information for you. If you need 125k, I've got a way out. All right, all you have to do is go to this website I'm about to drop now and go and play with 500 naira. That's all you have to do. Okay, every day is about winning here on Nigeria Info, because we are giving away money, and now we have 25,000 naira going down on the sunny side. Note that we do not call our winners out, but one play definitely will call you once we do the draw. Now all you have to do to partake in this is just go to the website www.oneplay.ng or dial the code *347 *880 *3#. Now you can play with as little as 500 naira or more, and in a few seconds your tickets will be in the draw. Now remember that the more you play, the better your chances of winning every day. There's money to be won on Money Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, 3 people, 25,000 naira. Sunnyside, 1 person. Game on shows, there's also money on there as well. And there's money every weekend. Football Frenzy show every weekend, there's money there. And guess what? Every Friday there's a jackpot of 50,000 naira that can also be yours. And playing during the week automatically qualifies you for that weekly jackpot. Now your chances of winning are still the same whether you use the website or you use the USSD code. Note that if you don't have a smartphone, it's not an excuse for you to miss out on this one. No. Money is hot now. You better come and grab it. It's *347 *880 *3#, or you use the website www.oneplay. That's number 1 play.ng. Okay, remember to play responsibly. If you're under 18, this is not your WhatsApp group. You cannot exit the chat. All right, it's for people 18 and above. All right, so please, Lagos, play responsibly. Oh, don't say I didn't tell you.
The sunny side, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Telephone lines. Hello, welcome to the show this afternoon. It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for being here. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, my name is Amos.
Welcome, Amos. Go ahead.
So on this marriage of 18, for me, I feel it's better for you to get married early. Okay, yes, because for me, that was a decision I made when I was in high school. I want to get married early. And I made that decision because my father had me early. And I could remember when my father was working and I was in high school, higher institution, and I would go and visit him in his office. He would be taking me to see his bosses and his friends. He was so proud of me because most of his mates their children were in primary school, and I was already in that institution.
Okay.
Okay, so I love that. So immediately I finished my youth service, I got married. I was 27. I got married to my wife, and she was 23. Right?
Wow, yeah.
So today I'm in my late 40s, and my first child is in university already, 200 level.
Okay.
And I'm looking at it that in the next, by the time I'm like 53, 54, I'm done with
childbearing.
I'm done with that.
Okay.
And by that time, my daughter should be married. And then I can just go somewhere, chilling, maybe have a small guest house somewhere, just reading newspaper.
Okay.
And
By the end of the day, he's reading Nigerian newspaper. Sure. What a thing to do. Sure. Yes. All right. Thank you.
And if I like, I can decide to be chilling with the young girl.
Okay. All right.
Daddy.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, but
you men and your quiet fantasies. So what's your wife supposed to do? You're going to discard her like an old rag. Yeah.
The man's just talking about keeping body.
But wait, 22-year-old girl from whose village? Because we need to specify. Because if it's them girls in Lagos.
No, she's in Lagos. She's my friend.
No. Who's
they're now a year.
Oh, no, not you. The girl he's going to be cheating with. I hope she's blind.
Papa is going to...
Like, I hope for your sake she's blind. If she as much as has one eye open.
If daddy has money to
the boys that will collect her from you are unemployed. The boys that will collect that girl from you don't even have jobs. So, in all your... go sow your wild oats. We'll be here. That's only side. How are you?
Hello?
Why? That's you and
Turn
that.
off your radio.
Okay. That's only side. Welcome to Nigeria Info. My name is Joyce. What's your name? Hi, it's good to have you. Welcome. Tell us your name.
Yeah. My name is Henry.
Welcome, Henry.
I actually got married very early at the age of 31.
Are you happy?
But before the age of 34, we were already separated. Up to now, we never get together. Eventually, there was a divorce. My daughter has graduated. She graduated last year.
Okay.
And I'm now even ready to remarry again. So it's very good to marry early so that before any circumstance comes along, you know where you are.
Yeah, but that sounds rough and somewhat random. It's like, well, marry early. Did you learn anything from the marriage? That sounds. I mean, I don't know. Your story is not motivating.
What happened was that I got married to the wrong person. She didn't really love me.
So what did you learn from that? Because you still ended up saying marry early. So you married at 30 and you married the wrong person. So maybe should you have waited?
Okay. What I learned from it is that before you get into marriage, you should prepare yourself financially, and again, look truly if that woman truly is ready to settle down with you.
Okay, let me ask you now.
People rush into marriage, and they want to rush out again.
Okay, so you said to me that you think it's a good idea to marry early, but at least from your own experience, you married somewhat early, and you ended up with a divorce because you married the wrong person. So would it have been better if you married late?
No.
Okay.
No. There is the more reason why I got into marriage early was because I was meant to be a pastor, and I didn't want the single lady to stop me. So my parents pushed me into it. So I didn't.
Oh, son, get off it! You wanted to be a pastor. You married early. Now you're a divorced pastor. Like, which is worse?
So that is the situation I am right now.
You haven't even learned anything.
I've learned a lot because now I can now study a woman, and I know what a type of woman that is ready to settle down with a man.
Well, good luck. Thank you.
So on that front,
no,
I have something quick to say.
Okay, 1 minute.
When he said, marry early, so that I think quote and unquote what people are saying is, when you marry early, you can make all the mistakes that you want to make. And at the end of making those mistakes, you still have time to get back on track. But if you marry late and you make a mistake and the divorce happens, there's no getting back on track for you.
So that's
Only
that's a very parochial approach to it. Because there's some mistakes that you make and it changes the course of your life. So I get the import.
I mean, that's what I hear.
That's what you hear. Okay, but there's some mistakes that you make and it changes the course of your life. There's some mistakes you make and you're not the same person, and your life's outcome is not the same because of that wrong turn you made. And so to just suggest that, well, just marry early, just have sex, just give birth, just, and then and it didn't work, only for you to say, yeah, I should have done it early. It's like you're not even learning from the mistake. You assume that what happened to you should have happened, and even if you had applied the best of intentions and the best of motives, you couldn't have gotten a better outcome. And so maybe that's what I'm struggling with here. So I'll wait. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm hardly wrong. The Sunny Side, Nigeria Info. How are you?
Yeah, hi, Joyce.
Mm-hmm. Good afternoon. Welcome, The Sunny Side. What's your name?
Rapurushku is my name.
Thank you. Cool.
Well, I think the earlier the better, marrying time is good because time and tide waits for nobody. See, when you marry time, especially if you are only boy, only man in the family, you get prepared, get your children around you. But at times it's not working out. Man proposes, God disposes. You want to tell to me?
Yeah, I was saying that the imports, it seems as though people marry for children. So children in this regard are an accessory. You use children as an accessory. You use children to fill up the gaps of your life. That's what it appears.
Well, exactly. Mostly marry for children. And at the same time, it's good. You marry, you produce your children, you have your children at a young age, you are still young. That marry less hours, then you are old. See people, see children still growing up.
Okay.
Their old age. It doesn't make any sense to me,
Okay.
So it's good. Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
God bless.
There's something my mom used to say, that if you marry early, you can quickly give birth to what you want to give birth to, close your legs and focus on raising them, and then use your old age to rest. But if you marry late, you end up using part of your old age to take care of children and make sure that they get to where they want to go. Because the fact is, if you wanted to have children, you will still have children in that late marriage. And just taking out the probability that, the fertility issues that come with like age and whatnot. It's a lot that people think about when they say marry early.
Yeah, but these are fears projected on your consciousness that you buy into. Dear Lord, I want to thank you for salvation. I want to thank you for reason and judgment. I want to thank you for peace and for order.
Amen.
I want to thank you that I'm free.
Amen.
I want to thank you that I'm off on a break.
What now?
I'll be right back.
Okay.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
2024 was a very interesting year. I had finally saved enough to buy my home on the island. My dream of becoming a landlord in Lagos was about to come to pass. Then, I got a call.
Hello, Dad. I just got admission to study in UK.
Now, this might sound like great news, but in that moment, it was a very big dilemma. Do I fulfill my lifelong dream of owning a home in Lagos, or send my son to school abroad and remain a tenant? Well, when I saw the affordable homes by Horizon Estates, I no longer had to choose. I could afford both. I am very grateful to Horizon Estates because I didn't just get a dream home. I sent my son to his dream school too. Don't choose between dreams. Have it all with affordable homes in Horizon Estates.
Own a studio, 1, 2, 3 or 4 bed apartment opposite Lekki Phase 1 starting from 29.99 million naira outright payment when you buy 3 units. Terms and conditions apply. For more details, call 0700 123 9002 or visit hzelekki.com or visit our office at Third Roundabout Axis, Lekki Phase 1.
Hey, now what for this country? Everything just cash, even cash. KC, I don't define you for shops this morning. Why you did this kind of queue? Jojo, now cash I want collect since morning. Cash? Why?
I know one waiting happen for 1672 happen again. Today, I must collect correct naira note for hand.
KC, cash day everywhere for bank, ATM, POS agent, and if you want run and cashlessly, you fit use mobile app, internet banking, ATM, POS, USSD, QR code, and other options them. Dudu, you sure? I beg you, make we dey go. Your customers dey shop, they wait for you. See, the cash where you define for Sokoto, is there for your Sokoto. You understand? Country people, money na money. Spend them, collect them, no hold them, no panic. Cash day everywhere. This message now from Bankers Committee.
Suleiman is 11. He rolls a tire under the bridge in Akwonjo. Doesn't go to school. Everybody knows him as the boy that draws under the bridge. We find Suleiman, get him to lead him to his mom, take us to their house, dusty drawer with cobwebs. They open it. Some of Suleiman's paintings, she was smart enough to keep them. Took about 3 or 4 of them, brought them to the gallery. Now, Suleiman will go to school, send his siblings to school. That's the story of patronage. Yeah.
Plus 234 Art Fair 2025 holds from March 27th to 31st at the Pan-African Center, brought to you by Soto Gallery and Echo Bank. Admission is free.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Yeah, you need to hear the conversation in the studio. 99.3 Nigeria Info. So I'm going to simplify it. I have a more direct question, and then you can challenge it with some reason. When you meet the right person, isn't that the best time to marry? You define what the right person is, all right? When you meet the right person, is that not the best time to be married? Now, Kemi was trying to say that culture plays a role, and you want to try that again?
Yeah, I said culture plays a role in
the parent kind of gets the
applying pressures on like people when it comes to like late marriage, early marriage. So, for example, these 3 screens in front of me are regarded as my pool of suitors if I'm 22. Now, from 22 to 29 or 28, that pool reduces to 2 screens. So now I just have 2 pools where they are men, and if I don't act fast or if I don't pick one because they feel like your suitors are coming, there's a thing they say, oh, they stop coming at a certain age because they feel like you're either taken or you're either married or something.
I get it.
And then when you now get to a certain age, that pool has now reduced to 1.
Okay, so for me, the psychology of that is rather faulty.
Because of course it's faulty, but that's what they've been thinking from time.
Yeah, so because you're saying the pool of your suitors, it sounds to me like you're counting dead bodies. Because you can have 10 men interested in you, but you don't like none. So it sounds as though what society is asking you to do is just pick one and
exactly
be out.
What I'm saying now.
Because
pick
there's
one.
a difference between a man showing interest in you and a man truly wanting you because there's something about you that turns on the light in his soul, like someone he loves you. So it sounds like you're just counting dead bodies. You're just counting bodies. So it's like, well, you have 50 men in when you're 20 who are chasing you, and then by the time you're 30. they're 30 men. So you should pick from the lot. So whatever they are, that all encounter. But unfortunately, you marry from cheat on you. Well, I mean, you know the circumstance, or he's violent towards you, or you are violent towards him, or you are probably cheating on him with a man that's less than him, and God knows exactly what that scale is. Okay. Yeah, because maybe there are women who are, maybe she's sleeping with her university boyfriend who they have scores unsettled. So, yeah. 99.3 Nigeria Info is Open Thought Tuesdays, 2:30 on the clock. My name's Joyce. If you're grateful, say hi.
Hi.
The rest of you, show up. Let's talk. Welcome to Nigeria Info. How are you? It's Open Thought Tuesday.
Joyce, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Talking about Marine.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?
Yeah?
Do you have a name?
What's your name?
Okay, my name is Benjamin.
Hurry up. You don't want to tell us your name. Go ahead.
Okay, so marrying early is the best you can do for yourself. Your second year was saying something about you need to be financially stable, you need to be matured, this and that. Yes. And those things you can also get it. Is not most of those things are not is not sacrificed to your age for you to be matured. Because some people think maturity is by body size or 6 packs or whatever. Once you have to be emotionally mature, spiritually matured.
But you're also saying that the person should be married at a young age. You realize a lot of people don't mature until they're in their 40s.
That's what I'm telling you now. So it's not about that. If you are waiting till you get matured at 40, that's your own fault. Some people don't learn.
Okay, but haven't you heard of instances where because they were younger, they made a mess of the union? And
not because they were younger based on age, but because they were younger in their mindset, that is their intelligence.
I talk to Nigerian men. You're not geniuses. Come on now. Yeah, there are men who develop quickly. There are men who have underdeveloped at 50.
You are talking about the Olodos.
I don't know why you removed yourself from that figure, you know? I don't know why you exempted yourself.
No, guys, I'm saying this thing because it's personal. I know how many cases I'm handling right now based on marriage issue.
All right, I'll take
married
it.
at the age of 24. I'm still in my 30s.
All right.
I'll
take it.
Now. I get what I'm saying. But I've seen people in their 40s, 50s that I still need to advise. You know, there's sometimes you'll be advising some people, you'll be like, come on now, this thing is simple now.
All right.
How can't you get this?
All right.
So the best thing that can happen to anybody is to marry early because parenting requires energy.
Okay.
It requires emotional energy. It requires
Reading?
Okay.
Yes.
Out.
So I'm faulting the logic, but I will take it because I need to hear other people. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much for calling. So remember, he's saying underdevelopment can affect the marriage, but he's saying marry with your underdevelopment. The other person suffers. The person who has to bear the burden of your lack of maturity, your lack of honesty, your lack of truth, or your inhibitions, overwhelming the day, have to deal with that. So isn't it? No, it's all right. I'll wait.
Let them say more.
The sunny side. Open Thought Tuesday, Nigeria Info. How are you? Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being
I'm George
here.
Onora.
Welcome, George.
Yeah. The worst thing that can happen to any human is to marry early.
Oh,
you will
why?
lose focus.
Why? Hey.
Okay. If we're not gone now.
No, okay, but he says you'll lose focus. I hope
I
he
want
has
to
like
hear the losing of focus.
Yeah, because a lot of people, man. The sunny side, Nigeria Info is Open Thought Tuesday. My name is Joyce. How are you?
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Yeah, welcome, lady. Thank you for calling. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Yinka.
Welcome, Yinka.
Yeah, Joyce. I want to say that I beg to differ. It is better to marry at old age, or let's say matured age, than to marry early.
Why?
Do you know that the reason why we have more divorce, more problem in marriage is because people are not mentally grown, even matured in age, and then spiritually growth, and everything growth.
All right.
Now,
Emotional, psychological.
many people go into marriage, they marry early, and under 2 years, 3 years, they divorce. Joyce, what you see in marriage,
yeah,
and the way you will handle it at early age is totally different from the way you marry it when you are matured.
Okay.
Yes. So it is better, 1 million times better. Do you know that the reason why people are turning the side of marry early is just child? Child is not the only thing that makes you to go into marriage.
Oh, okay.
Why are we talking about children? Children is 1% of the things that we see in marriage. So if other things that we see is 90% and child is just 10% of it, why will all of us line up in child? Must everybody give birth? Must everybody have children?
I guess so.
Some people get married and born and get birth early. At the end of the day, those children, even at their age, they didn't see them around them. All of them, everybody is shouting children. Children, is it the most important thing that we go into marriage? That is Africa for you. People marry at young age. At their old age, those children, they didn't see them anywhere. All of them are out. All of them are moving around because the parents couldn't manage them. They couldn't train them. You marry, you cannot take care of your child. A baby cannot take care of a baby now. You need to be mature to handle your children. You need to be mature to give your children sense of belonging.
Wait,
it's not that you just marry because I have children,
right.
I have child, I am married, I have children.
Okay.
That is the end.
All right.
I said no, I beg to differ, Joyce.
Got it, thank you.
It is better to marry at 40 or 38, 35, let's say from 35 to 40,
okay,
than to marry from 22 to 35.
All right.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. Okay, Kim, you have something you want to say?
I beg to differ.
All right, hurry up.
So I'm saying that on this issue of maturity, does it come with age? That's my first question to Lagos. Now, when I say does maturity come with age, I'm asking, does spiritual maturity, mental maturity, psychological maturity, does it come with age? Please answer that question. Then the second one is, the only thing that I think about maturity that comes with age is physical maturity. Everything else can either be gotten when you are 22, 25. It depends on how you decide to develop yourself.
Wait. I mean, you're on a pace. Wait. So now you're making a case for something.
I'm making a case for the quote-unquote maturity.
No. That you're not making a case for it. You're contending with it.
Yeah,
so you're
I'm
saying that
point.
it's better to marry early.
When you are matured. If you are mature, if you think you're matured enough to marry, whether you are early or you are late, go and marry. But I think the issue here is maturity. if I'm immature that
no.
I'm marrying a baby,
Yeah.
it's going to affect you. That marriage is going to split.
Yeah, but I
and
think you're
whatnot.
posing a question where over a subject matter that's reductive. It's subjective. So maturity can be 25. Mature can be 30. Mature can be 45.
45.
Yeah,
It can be 22.
Yeah, so you're posing a question, but I understand the import.
Because I'm getting a lot of, when you are 40, you're probably more matured. I've seen 40-year-olds that don't know jack.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Lagos, open thought Tuesday. Open your thoughts. The sunny side. Welcome to Nigeria Info. Okay, that's good. What's your name?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling. What's your name?
This is Tunde calling from Italy.
Tunde, thank you. Please go ahead.
The marriage is good. It's good to be married. But you need to think about it, especially when you want to marry. You must know the